We've been closely following Hurricane Helene as it bears down on northwestern Florida. The storm has just been upgraded to a Category 4 storm. The storm is expected to make landfall and deliver a dangerous combination of torrential rain and powerful winds Thursday night when it makes landfall. The governors of Florida, Georgia, Virginia, and the Carolinas have all declared states of emergency. The National Hurricane Center is also raising the alarm about life-threatening storm surge. Some parts of the Florida coast could see water levels above 15 feet. Meteorologist and CBS News hurricane expert David Yeomans is tracking the storm. David, help us understand what storm surge could look like and why it's so very dangerous.
It's important to talk about. Storm surge basically is the amount of increase in the ocean level, how much the ocean is raised by in coastal communities when a storm piles up water and hits that area. And contrary to what folks at home may think, it is not wind that is the most deadly or dangerous in hurricanes. Historically, it is actually water. And there are several reasons why Hurricane Helene in particular is set up for a nightmare storm surge flooding scenario in the Big Bend region of Florida. Number one, its incredibly fast forward speed, now moving north-northeast at 23 miles an hour. Faster storms lead to higher storm surge amounts. Second thing, a huge wind field of over 400 miles wide. Tropical storm force winds that big, all piling up on the shore, also increase storm surge amounts. Also, we're seeing hitting the shoreline head on instead of the storm hitting at a sharp angle. This increases storm surge levels. And lastly, it's the shallow coastal waters on the Gulf Coast side, west side of Florida. This, too, makes an area see higher storm surge flooding amounts. These are some of the reasons why the National Hurricane Center is predicting a pretty rare 15 to 20 feet of storm surge flooding. That's as high as the roof on a two-story beach house in the Big Bend region of Florida. And this is actually twice as high as the storm surge flooding we saw there last year with Hurricane Idalia.
David, as I recall, and shoot this down if I'm wrong, the storm surge moves like a wall of water. It's not like it gets gradual. It comes at you like a wall, which is what makes it so dangerous and hard. And if I live in an area that's getting significant storm surge, what do I do?
You're right. It often comes in like a wave that just never recedes. Instead, it keeps building on that base. It's important that folks at home realize how powerful of a force water is. Water moving at just 7 miles per hour, a running pace or a big waves pace, has the same force as wind blowing against the side of your house at more than 200 miles per hour. That's an EF5 tornado, the top of the tornado scale. This can move cars, it can move houses, and you bet it can unfortunately move people as well. Now, the National Hurricane Center has had a lot of success in reducing the death toll from storm surge flooding along the coast in the past decade because not only do they issue hurricane warnings, but now they issue specific storm surge warnings for areas that are expected to get inundated with a level of water above ground level. It even takes into account the elevation of your home. Now, their success in decreasing how many folks are harmed by storm surge, of course, relies only on people heeding storm surge warnings. Every hurricane that I've been in, people tend to compare this storm to the last. So folks in the Big Bend or Panhandle of Florida may say, well, my house was fine during Hurricane Michael in 2018, or we stayed during Hurricane Idalia last year and everything was fine. Every storm is different. There are a number of reasons why this rapidly intensifying storm is more dangerous than many others that have hit the area. So please, if you can still safely do so and you're in a mandatory evacuation zone, I urge you to consider doing so.
David Yeomans, thank you.